be gone.
Hey, Christy. Here, I'll talk to myself. Hey, it's Lori. I'm here with Christine.
Hi.
And we're going to go over the inspection stuff now. So, here we go. Okay, Christine.
Hi, Christy. Hi, David. Overall, the house is in excellent shape. So I have no concerns as far as the roof goes. I'll talk with my hands and look around. Please don't be distracted. The last house we looked at, there were some repairs that I would suggest for the roof. This house is a couple of years away from needing any of that deferred type maintenance that we talked about with shingles on the last house. So roof's in good shape. Some debris inside of the gutters has collected, and so by the end of next fall, I'll have the gutters cleaned out. On the siding, there's no issues with the siding or the windows. Lori mentioned that you guys had seen some mastic like
gooey
glue
stuff
inside. What I suspect happened there is a seal has failed, and they had that repaired, and then so when they resealed the two panes of glass together, some of that sealant oozed out. So that's something that can be cleaned out with an X-Acto knife and
like a razor blade or something.
A razor blade and a little rubbing alcohol takes a little goop off.
Okay, good.
On the mechanical side, the air conditioning system and the furnace, those were all manufactured 2007, 2008, so those are newer. Your expected lifespan of that furnace is about 20 years. The AC units don't get as much work on them, so it's about 25. It doesn't, from the labels on the front covers of the furnace, it doesn't look like it's been serviced and cleaned, so that's something I would suggest, is to have a heating contractor service and clean the furnace and the AC unit. And then on the side of the AC unit outside here, there's some bush that's getting kind of close to it. You want to make sure everything keeps trimmed away from there.
Okay.
So that's a really minor thing. The water heater was also manufactured in 2008. Yes.
So if it's manufactured in 2008, does that mean it most likely was installed in 2008,
yeah.
or could be installed later than that?
Usually with high price mechanical components like that, they don't sit around in inventory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, they're not put under use until they're installed.
Okay.
So even if it has sat on a shelf for 6 months, I would still.
Okay.
Yeah. So no issues on the mechanical sides of things. And here's one of those little ants that they said they were treating for. This year has been a really bad year for ants because we didn't have a really good or prolonged freeze over the winter. So yes, there are some ants around the property. However, even in the best of winters where things freeze off and we don't have a lot of bugs around, anyone who lives out in a wooded environment like this, I would really encourage you to have an annual pest control contract for treating for ants. There's no...
Sometimes they do ants, spiders,
the whole deal.
The whole thing. Yeah, that's kind of a good
they'll
idea.
Come out 3 times a year. They don't need to come out in the winter quarter. And they just do a perimeter spray so that if any ants do come in, they get that poison on their legs and take it back to the colonies and kill them off. So that helps control the ant population. But otherwise, within the house or the crawl space in the attic, there's no signs of ants that do damage, like the carpenter ants or the moisture ants.
How about rats? Tell Christy about the rats.
No rats. No rats, either in the attic or the crawl. So, which, out in the woods, that's something that I would expect. So, it's not a bad idea for once a year for a pest control company to come along and just check everything for you.
Okay.
Even twice a year is better in the late fall and the early spring, because that's when birds are wanting to nest, and in the late fall the rats and the squirrels are looking for a place to nest. So you've got those little critters out here are going to be sniffing around your place. It's a good preventative idea to have that kind of pest control. And on the subject of preventative, down into the crawl space, the ground slopes from the kind of front to the back corner. So underneath the family room area is the lowest point in the crawl space. And down in there is a little bit of watermarks on the posts that hold the house up. And so that lets me know that at some point in the past, a little bit of water has accumulated down there.
So it's dry now, but
there was one area that had just a little puddle.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
Yeah, but anytime I see any signs of any kind of water accumulation, you don't want the humidity level to rise up inside that crawl space. So I would suggest as a preventative measure, have a not a pest control, a drainage contractor come in and just survey that area